Emotion regulation skills, problem solving to change emotions. What kinds of skills do we need in order to change unwanted emotions? When we started talking about the capacity to change our emotional responses, you may remember handout 7, we mentioned three main types of skills we need: checking the facts, opposite action, and problem solving. When the facts are the problem, solving the problem would reduce the negative emotions. If an emotion is justified by the situation, avoiding or changing the situation may be the best way to change one's emotion. And in changing a difficult situation, problem solving is the first step. And why learn problem solving? We have previously learned that when an unwanted emotion feeds the fact is the problem, and we would need problem solving. The ability to solve a problem is a core skill we need in order to build a life worth living. It is one of the basic skills which help us to better regulate our emotions, as solving problem situation can change difficult emotions. It's also needed when acting on an emotion is unlikely to be effective or appropriate, in contrast to the skills which become effortless or automatic. After a long time of practicing, of course, problem solving requires a conscious effort focused on applying new solutions to the wide range of everyday problems in our life. Before beginning problem solving, we would need acknowledging that there is a problem to be resolved. We would need to recognize the types of the problem situations and to define the problems, to let go of our judgmental approach. There are several types of problem situations. Situations or people bringing out painful emotions, which call for solving the problem, even when we don't immediately see what could be done to deal differently. Situations or people habitually avoided as they elicit painful emotions, which call for solving the problem, especially if this avoidance prevents us to get what we want in life. One-time problems situations, for example, needing to get to a place, to buy a thing, to fix a car, to treat an acute pain. Repeated problem situations, for example, failing many times an important exam, constantly mistreated by someone, call for solving the problem in order to break the cycle. Repeated failures to inhibit destructive or ineffective behavior, as self harm, angry outbursts, missing appointments, therapy, school, work engagements, or chronic problem situations, creating a continuous struggling in life, as staying at workplace one hates, or staying with an abusive or unsuitable partner. To define the problems, we should be ready to let go of our judgmental approach, as problems are specific to persons and situations, meaning for different people, the painful emotions are caused by different situations, and something is a problem for one but not for another. Problems are also specific to time and circumstances, as what is a problem today may not be a problem tomorrow for the same person due to changing one's circumstances. We can describe 7 basic steps in problem solving, which you can find in Emotion Regulation Handout 12. Observing and describing the problem situation. Checking the facts. Identifying your goals in solving the problem. Brainstorming lots of solutions. Choosing a solution that fits the goal and is likely to work. Putting the solution into action. And evaluating the results of implementing the solution. Step 1. Figure out, observe, and describe the problem situation. First, use mindfulness what skill of describing. Remember mindfulness handout 4 and just give the facts of the situation. Next, describe what is problematic about the situation, including the possible consequences. For example, failing my exams might result in not graduating and not having the job I want in the future. After that, describe conflicts or the obstacles to solving the problems, making it hard for you to solve the problem. For example, I studied a lot, but I do not understand the material and I don't know who or what can help me to pass the exams. Step 2. Check the facts, all the facts, to be sure you have the right problem situation. You may recall Emotion Regulation handouts 8 and 8a on checking the facts. Ask, are my facts correct? Am I responding to the situation itself or to my interpretation to the situation? How distressing is the situation? Am I catastrophizing? Radical acceptance and other distress tolerance cues can help reduce extreme emotions. Do the conflicts or other obstacles I have described reflect the facts of the situation? It is easy for anyone in a state of emotional distress to see more obstacles than are really there. A minor disagreement could be seen as a conflict in a particular emotional state. If it is difficult for you to identify what situation has led to painful emotions or problem behavior, you can do a chain analysis on yourselves to trace the events. If your facts are correct and the situation is the problem, continue with step 3. If your facts are not correct, go back and repeat step 1, which is about observing and describing the problem situation. The step 3 is to identify your goal in solving the problem. Try to keep it simple and focus on a thing you can achieve. The ultimate goal for this step is to identify what needs to happen in order the painful emotion to be reduced. For example, finding the relevant materials and help from friends and tutors in order to pass my exams and not to fail the course. The next, step 4, is to come up with as many ideas as possible for solving the problem. Think of as many solutions as you can. Ask for suggestions from people you trust. Do not be critical of any ideas at first. All ideas are welcome. Do not evaluate while brainstorming. Continue to generate ideas until there are no new ones and all potentially effective ideas have been generated. Wait for step 5 to evaluate ideas. People often immediately begin with evaluating suggestions and analyzing the practicality of each of them. It may be challenging to leave an idea without evaluating while brainstorming, but it is necessary at this stage. Step 5. After generating a lot of ideas, one or two should be identified as the best to implement, as the point is to choose an effective solution. Prioritize the suggested solutions. If you are unsure, choose two solutions that look good. Do pros and cons to compare the solutions and consult wise mind in order to evaluate. Choose the best to try first. You can practice through selecting solutions generated by you for one or more your problems and using the following chart for figuring out pros and cons of potential solutions to your problems. Put the solutions into action is step 6, which is the entire enterprise of problem solving. Act. Try out the solution. Take the first step and then the second. What are the potential problems at this stage? Inertia. With thoughts like, it is difficult, I'm too tired, I don't have time. Anxiety provoking thoughts. I will look stupid if this doesn't work. I will fail as this is not going to work. People will be angry at me. Willfulness. Other people should solve this as they caused it. People will think I'm weak if I don't refuse to do it. Impulsiveness. Taking an ineffective, impulsive solution without proper thinking. Think how you could overcome such problems in implementing the solution. And the last step, 7, is evaluate the results of implementing the solution. Ask, am I satisfied with the results of my problem solving? Do I feel better about the situation than before? Are there any negative outcomes for others or for myself? It worked, then it is good. It didn't work, even if all have been carried out as planned, the solution can fail. Go back to step 5. For example, choose a solution that fits the goal and is likely to work, and choose a new solution to try. Problem solving can take a lot of efforts while trying different solutions before finding the one which can solve it. Applying other solutions might make the situation less distressing by reducing some of the negative factors if it does not solve the problems completely. Can you think of example from your own lives or from the lives of others of problems resolved with the first tried solution and problems required a long time and multiple attempts before getting solved? The homework for this skill is to practice solving a problem that elicits unwanted emotions. You can fill out a worksheet actually solving the problem via step 5 and 6 is the most important for changing emotions. Begin with selecting a prompting event that triggers a painful emotion. Select an event that can be changed and turn it into a problem to be solved. Follow the steps and describe what happened. Writing down the emotion name and the starting intensity of the emotions from 0, no emotion, to 100, maximum intensity, before, and then rate the intensity after implementing a solution. Then follow the 7 steps we previously listed. Problem solving is a process which sometimes takes a lot of efforts and patience. I hope this topic was useful and wish you good results in problem solving to successfully change unwanted emotions.